There are fast cars, there are supercars, there are hypercars, and then there's the Devel 16. A car so far removed from anything the industry has ever seen, it doesn't belong in the same conversation. It doesn't belong on the same road. It almost doesn't even belong on the same planet. Born in the blistering heat of Dubai's ambition, engineered with no restraint, no compromise, and no regard for tradition, the Devel 16 is not just a machine, it's a 2,500 horsepower anomaly that stares in the face of physics and dares it to blink. This car was never supposed to exist. Not in a world shifting toward electric silence. Not in a world of carbon credits and emissions targets. But it does, and that alone makes it the most dangerous thing on four wheels. When it first broke cover in 2013, no one believed it. They laughed, they scoffed, car forums called it vaporware. Even the biggest petrol heads, the ones who had grown numb to Bugattis, Koenigsegg's, and Paganés, dismissed it as a fantasy rendered in fiberglass. And honestly, who could blame them? The idea of a 5,000 horsepower V16 quad-turbo monster capable of over 350 amp sounded like a child's fever dream scribbled on the back of a notebook. But that dream has grown teeth, because a decade later, the Devel 16 is real. It starts, it drives, it revs, it moves. And when it moves, it doesn't roll, it erupts. The street-legal version, toned down, if you can call 2,500 horsepower toned down, is what we're focusing on, because while the full-thrack version is reserved for runway-length straights and men with astronaut nerves, the street model is still more powerful than anything with a license plate. Think about that. This car has nearly 3 times the horsepower of a Bugatti Chiron Supersport. It makes the Ferrari SF90 look like a golf cart. It makes the McLaren Speedtail look polite. With every press of the pedal, it wants to kill you. Not because it's flawed, because it's honest. It doesn't hide its power in quiet launches or regulated traction. It throws it at you, dares you to hold on, and whispers, "Good luck." The heart of the Devel 16 is where the madness begins. A custom-built 12.3-liter V16 engine, quad-turbo chargers the size of dinner plates. It's the kind of engineering that doesn't exist in any production car, ever. It's more suited for drag boats or land speed record missiles, not city traffic. And yet, here it is, with air conditioning and leather seats. A jet engine disguised as a car. The exhaust note is pure apocalypse. It doesn't growl or rumble like a muscle car. It sounds like industrial warfare. A sonic boom wrapped in titanium and carbon fiber. The idle alone shakes the ground. Rev it, and you can feel it in your teeth. It's not just loud, it's angry. Angry that it's been forced to obey traffic lights and speed bumps. Angry that it can't fully stretch its legs on a public road. This car was built for space, not streets. And here's the irony. For all its fire-breathing fury, the Devel 16 is surprisingly elegant. The design is sleek, alien, and purposeful. It's low, long, and wide. Almost comically so, like someone stretched a fighter jet and gave it wheels. The front is smooth and sharp, with headlights that look like they're judging you. The rear is pure sci-fi. Wide haunches, glowing strips, and 4 monstrous exhausts that seem to threaten the air behind them. Every vent, every curve, every detail whispers, this car was not meant for this world. And stepping inside is no less dramatic. The cockpit is clean, focused. It's not luxurious. There's no wood grain, no ambient lighting. You're not here to relax. You're here to survive. Driving it? That's where myth meets man. Even at partial throttle, the Devel 16 lunges forward like a beast released. There's no gentle ramp-up. The boost comes in hard. The torque tries to twist the chassis in half. And the acceleration, it's violent. You don't accelerate. You teleport. You feel like your organs are trying to exit your spine. You grip the steering wheel not to steer, but to stay alive. Drivers have reported fear. Actual fear. Not because they doubt the machine, but because they realize it's unlike anything else. There's no backup, no safety net, no AI-assisted trickery. It's you and 2,500 reasons to be terrified. And then there's the top speed. Officially, the company says over 320 imps is possible, theoretically even more, but no one's fully tested it yet. Why? Because there's no road long enough, no tires capable of surviving the rotational forces. The physics get messy when you push a car that hard. The air wants to lift you, the tires want to explode, the engine wants to melt. You're no longer driving a car, you're defying the universe. The only thing limiting the Devel 16 is reality itself. And yet, here's the most fascinating part. The Devel 16 exists not to compete, but to dominate. Not to be better, but to be impossible. It's a rebellion against the sanitized, software-managed world of modern driving. In an era where cars are turning into iPhones on wheels, the Devel 16 is a sledgehammer. It doesn't care about your Wi-Fi. It doesn't care about your Spotify playlist. It cares about obliteration, the obliteration of comfort, of convention, of the quiet death of internal combustion. Sure, it's not practical, it's not efficient. You won't daily drive it. You won't track it casually, but that's not the point. This car exists to make a statement that even now, even in this age of eco-friendliness and digital driving, there is still room for madness, still room for passion, still room for danger. The Devel 16 is proof that the automotive soul hasn't been fully sterilized. That somewhere in a Dubai warehouse with no limits and no fear, someone still dares to dream. So maybe you'll never own one, maybe you'll never drive one, but just knowing this thing exists is enough to make your heart race. Because deep down, every car lover, every speed junkie, every red-blooded enthusiast wants to see what happens when limits are shattered. And the Devel 16, it doesn't just shatter limits, it ignores them entirely. If this blew your mind, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, smash like, and turn on notifications. Because this isn't the last monster we're going to uncover. Welcome to the garage where the rules don't apply.